Okay, so today I wanted to go ahead and make a quick video sharing with you all my top 5 favorite and my top 5 least favorite things on the all new Apple iPhone 12 Pro. Let's dive into it. Alright, so I know that by now you've seen quite a few videos about this phone already. So what I'm going to do here is just jump on my number 1 favorite thing about this phone, and that is, of course, the design and the build of this thing. And you may be familiar with this already from way back when it was announced. It's a new look, and I truly like the design implemented to that new lineup of the iPhone 12. Like I said in my review of the iPhone 12 mini, it's kind of a squarish, again, you probably are familiar with this, but anyways, it's a squarish, look with very sharp edges, and it gives this particular model, the Pro model, a very premium look and also feel to the hold. And I have to admit, I wasn't really a fan of the gold color, but I've really grown very fond of it, especially this rim around here, this shiny gold rim around, that very clean, not sure if it's going to be able to focus. I love that rim, that shiny rim there. It's really, really cool looking. Now, the next thing here, or my number 2 favorite thing here, is the chipset that this phone comes loaded with. It's the A14 Bionic chip, which is hands down the fastest chipset out there, right? It's literally the best, Of course, no lags, no stutters, no crashes, no freezes. Performance on here is on another level. It boasts a 6-core CPU and a 4-core GPU, so you can really do some heavy work on this baby right here without any issues. Now, my third favorite thing about this phone is the fact that it's 5G capable. Now, 5G is not everywhere just yet, right? But by buying something that already has 5G, if you're the type that if you're the type of person who doesn't necessarily upgrade every year, then you are pretty much set for quite a few years to come, right? Meaning essentially when 5G becomes a lot more common, you don't really need to upgrade. You could just stick with the same phone and you'll be just fine. Okay, so my number 4 here is going to be the display. It's a beautiful 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED screen with 1170 by 2532 for the resolution. It's very bright, images are super sharp, and you can truly enjoy watching movies, playing games. Plus, the speakers on this particular phone are pretty loud, so it's a very nice overall experience. My number 5 favorite thing here is going to be the camera. Now, it's not a gigantic leap from the 11 Pro's camera from last year, but there are some subtle changes or some subtle improvements, at least hardware-wise, that were added here. And I like it more because it offers such an excellent photos and videos quality, especially with the new LiDAR scanner added here for better depth measurements. All right, so now let's talk about my top 5 least favorite things on this iPhone. And by the way, if you do like the content so far, please do me a favor and hit both the like and the subscribe button there. I truly appreciate that. All right, so the number 1 least favorite thing on this phone is the fact that it doesn't have a fingerprint sensor or like some version of Touch ID. If you do own any of the newer generations of iPhones, whether it's the one from last year or the year before that, then you probably know the struggle. You know what it is like to go to like a store, especially in these times, right? Wearing your mask and trying to unlock your phone, looking at it and doesn't like it gets pretty frustrating. So that's kind of like my number 1 thing about this phone that I don't like. The number 2 least favorite thing here is the refresh rate. We still don't have a high refresh rate on an iPhone. My hope was really that they would bring that up this year or last year when this phone was out, but they didn't. My number 3 least favorite is the fact that we still have the Apple proprietary Lightning port, right? I would have really loved to see something like a Thunderbolt port or USB Type-C, whatever you want to call it, port on here to just kind of help standardize things. But we all know that that would kind of eliminate another stream of income for Apple, so they probably wouldn't go for that, at least not just yet. But anyways, my number 4 least favorite thing here is the fact that if you want the best camera out of all of the phones in this lineup, you would have to go for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now, this is a Pro phone, right? So when you buy this, it's supposed to be kind of like the flagship, the best phone out of that whole lineup. And don't get me wrong, the camera on here is fantastic, but I really wish they did kind of what they did with the Apple iPhone 12 mini, which is kind of like just a mini version of the regular iPhone 12, but essentially is the same phone. But here, you have some tiny changes between this one and the iPhone 12 Pro Max beyond just the size there. My number 5 least favorite thing here is the fact that when you buy this phone, you only get the phone and a cable, a charging cable. That's pretty much it. Obviously, it's a scam because Apple is saying that they're trying to save the planet. But at the same time, when you look at the numbers, you see that most people who have an iPhone 11 or an iPhone 11 Pro or an iPhone 11 Pro Max don't necessarily move to this phone here. So people from previous generations who bought phones that didn't come with that, that adapter that they claim everyone has, then have to go out there and buy an adapter, a separate adapter, which, by the way, comes in its own separate box. So much for saving the planet. But anyways, those were my top 5 favorite things and my top 5 least favorite things about the iPhone 12 Pro here. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you found this informative. Please, of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to catch you in the comment section. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. And as always, of course, stay safe out there.